Yes, here we go. What's up, folks? I am live. I think I should be live. If I'm not, something has gone horribly wrong. But I should be live. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I am. Great, awesome. What's up, folks? I was supposed to do this stream yesterday, but for whatever reason, it did not happen. It wasn't my fault, I swear. But what's up, David? Wasn't my fault. Things happened. Supposed to be yesterday, but it's today. That's all right. Here chilling with Antler Man, Michael Cole. Today we're going to be talking about why I think Seth Rollins will turn on Cody Rhodes. It involves The Rock. We'll be talking about Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch's feud, never-ending war between Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, and we're also going to be talking about the IC title picture and whatever the hell you guys ask me, because that's pretty much it. There's those three topics, and then I'll open the floor, and you guys ask me what you want to talk about. That's pretty much the first three things I want to talk about. But yeah, it's been an interesting day today. I'm not gonna complain. It's been all right. All right, I'm not gonna complain. It's been cool. Hopefully your day has been all right. Mine has been all right. Yeah, I'm sitting here with Mr. Antler. Apparently, the fact that this has 7, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't see the 7 one, but okay. I don't know anything about antlers or deer, so I don't know the significance of the number. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks so much. Hey, what's up? All right. This is when it comes to Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, the real reason why I think Seth will turn has a lot to do with the main event of WrestleMania and how I think they want that to play out with Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. All right. So if you remember hey, what's up, Noob and COTV? If you remember on Monday Night Raw, Mr. Cody Rhodes, Mr. Whoa himself, came out there and he talked about how The Rock didn't really address his challenge, which was a one-on-one match, kind of skirted toward his tag team match, which is obviously going to be the tag team match at night 1 of WrestleMania in the main event. And then he talked about how, Cody crybabies, all that stuff. Then he called Seth Rollins his friend. That's a big, huge red flag there, folks. When you call somebody your friend on TV in wrestling, one or two things are going to happen. Either he is your actual friend, or you're going to turn on you. In this case, I think it's the latter. Honestly, when it comes to this whole Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins relationship, I feel like this relationship has always been a little bit off, simply because it started with Seth being a heel and Seth losing to Cody Rhodes 3 times in a row. And then he actually, not only did he beat him again in Hell in a Cell, but then once Cody Rhodes went to go recover, Seth attacked him with a sledgehammer. They never really addressed that because they wanted Cody Rhodes to go right back into the feud with Roman Reigns. So that kind of died. Seth became a babyface, and that kind of just all went wayside. But when it comes to Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, I believe he will turn. Now, some will say, hey, maybe he'll turn on him after WrestleMania, which makes sense. You can turn on him afterwards, and it still makes sense. But I think they want a little bit of pizzazz in the main events. They want to go for a little bit of razzle-dazzle. They want to, get the audience, all right? So when Highlighter Man comes down here, says, hey, I got your back, Cody, we're going to do this together. Here's the thing about Seth Rollins. He is the guy right now, right? The guy. And he likes being the guy. Now, unfortunately for Seth, he's going to lose. He's going to lose twice at WrestleMania. He's going to lose at night 1 because, spoiler alert, The Rock is not losing, okay? It's going to be The Rock and Roman versus Cody Rhodes and Seth and The Rock and Roman Reigns will win. So that'll be one loss for Seth. And then I believe he's going to lose to Drew McIntyre later on the next day, probably night 2. So he's going to lose at night 1 main event. He's going to lose to freaking Drew McIntyre. And then he's going to go to the main event and help Cody win. Does that sound like it makes sense? It sounds kind of off, right? It sounds like something's missing there. He's going to lose the main event, night 1. He's going to lose his belt to Drew, and then he's going to help Cody win it. And we're all in this together, and it's all smiles for Seth Rollins. Maybe. Then he turns later, or he turns on him that night. Why? Well, Seth, I'll get to the big reason why in a second, but let's start with start with the appetizers, okay? First reason, Seth lost to him 3 times in a row. So he can't be the guy if you're gonna anoint Cody later on in night 2, make him the guy by making him beat the bloodline. Then you're pretty much saying, here you go, Cody, you're the guy. I'm no longer champion. You're now the champion. You are now the guy. You're now the face of the company, and I'm just like the loser here, all right? That's one point. Number 2, I think I said both the points. He lost to him 3 times in a row, and now if Cody wins and he's no longer champion, Cody's the guy and he's not. So that's kind of the reason why and the big reason is the other day, well, not the other day, but was it last month? A few weeks ago? He basically begged Cody on TV. Live on TV, he begged Cody Rhodes to pick him to go to WrestleMania. He said, all right, Cody, look here, man. Don't worry about the Hollywood belt, all right? Pick me. We have the blue collar belt, okay? This is the belt your dad would want you to go after. We can make something with this belt, okay? Pick me, Cody. Don't worry about Roman Reigns. We don't need Roman Reigns. Forget about him. What did Cody do? He picked Roman. He said, nah, I'm good. Sorry. Pretty much begged me on national television for the opportunity, but sorry, Seth. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go get the Hollywood belt, the WWE Championship, your belt. I'm not worried about it. So he beat him 3 times in a row. He didn't pick him for freaking WrestleMania. He picked Roman Reigns, even though he pretty much begged him on TV. And now, the main event, after he loses the first match, he's going to lose another one. He'll lose the belt to Drew. And then he's going to go help Cody. Something seems off with there. I feel like there's a twist coming, okay? That's why I think that Seth will turn on Cody from his perspective. Now, like the real reason why I think it's going to happen, the real reason has to do with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which is why my thumbnail looks the way it is. If you remember, what was Dwayne's ultimate goal? Like, what did he want? I'm not talking about the character. I'm talking about the real life person, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne wanted to do Roman Reigns versus The Rock. That's what he wanted. It would have been The Rock as the babyface and Roman as the heel. That's what he wanted to do. But the fans rejected it. But he doesn't think he's wrong. He doesn't think he's wrong. He still believes that is the match. That is the biggest match they can make. They're just going to delay it. You guys don't want it now, but you still want it. You're going to want it next year. You don't want it this year, but you want it next year. So guess what? You're going to get it next year. So, obviously, if you're doing The Rock versus Roman, The Rock or Roman has to turn. And The Rock will turn. Now, that's why he's been doing the whole weird thing with the L. Keep throwing up the L sign, L as in losers. The point where it's obvious, like, dude, you're doing it too much that it's so obvious now that you're going to turn. Then they had the whole little acknowledge me thing on SmackDown when Roman told The Rock to acknowledge him. So he's throwing up the L. He has to acknowledge Roman. It's obvious The Rock is going to turn on Roman Reigns. So I'm thinking in the main event of night 1, Roman and The Rock win. Then it basically becomes what's the rule? What's the stipulation? I think once he wins, it's like basically no rules. Basically anything can happen. Anything goes. So when night 2 comes around, It's going to be the Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes and Seth. Seth may turn on Cody in the main event. So now everyone thinks, oh, here we go again. Cody gets screwed. Seth turned on him. But then The Rock turns on Roman, and we get good guy Rock. The babyface Rock. The Rock that he wanted to be the whole entire time comes out. And then we all cheer for The Rock. Yay, Rock. Yay, Rock, right? So then we get The Rock being the good guy, helping Cody, and we have Seth being the bad guy. And then when Cody Rhodes finishes the story with the help of The Rock, Bloodline Rules match, exactly. So when when Cody Rhodes wins with the help of The Rock, then Rock gets cheered. Now he's the babyface. Now he gets all the adulation and the fans' happiness. And Seth becomes the heel. And then you build toward WrestleMania 41, babyface Rock versus heel Roman Reigns, which is what he wanted to do the entire time, okay? He's not wrong. He doesn't think he's wrong. He just wants to delay it. Okay, you guys don't want it this year? All right, we'll wait till next year. We'll give you the match next year. So, The Rock will turn on Roman Reigns. Seth will turn on Cody, but Seth will turn first. So the fans think, oh my God, here he is. Here he goes again. Cody gets screwed. Then The Rock will turn on Roman Reigns. Cody will finish the story. And then we have Cody and Seth feuding going forward. That now Roman Reigns and The Rock can kind of be more part-time thing. They can go away, take a break. Then you have Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins feuding. Now, the only reason, some people say, I saw some people on Twitter challenge me and say, why not let Seth turn later on? Maybe the Raw after Mania. That makes sense. I'm just thinking like in the main event, they're going to want to have some type of twist. And if you have the same old thing where you have Solo Sikoa and Jimmy trying to screw Cody, Jey Uso is going to be there probably to neutralize Jimmy. And then Seth is going to be there to neutralize Solo. That's what you would think. But then where would that leave The Rock? Maybe The Rock then turns, but then that doesn't really make Cody look good to have you one-on-one. Jay takes out Jimmy, Seth takes out Solo, and then The Rock helps Cody. That's not good for their babyface champion, your white meat babyface. So I'm thinking maybe in their heads the story is Jay takes out Jimmy, right? And then Seth turns and then leaves. Then The Rock then takes out Solo. Then it makes kind of one-on-one. And then Cody wins. I'm trying to think about the ultimate adversity for Cody. Because he called him his friend. Like, my friend Seth Rollins, just made me think that something else is going to happen here. Whereas I just think that it's not going to go the way people think it's going to go. I think it's going to be messy. And I don't think it's going to be straightforward. So I think Seth will turn potentially. And then The Rock will turn babyface. They'll have like a double turn. And that'll be the story of the match going forward. The turn of Seth Rollins, the turn of The Rock. And then The Rock and Roman Reigns can go off on their own in the sunset, That's what I'm thinking. But obviously I'm not sure, It could go the other way. But I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. If it does, would you like that? Is that good? I don't know. It's all in the execution. Everything is always in the execution. You can make something could be good or bad, all depending on how it's executed. That's simple as that. But I don't really know. I just don't buy this whole Seth Rollins babyface run. If he's going to lose his title and then lose the tag team match, I just don't see him being all, okay, let's go win it for Cody in the end. It's possible. I just don't buy it. He's a prideful guy. He wants to be the face of the company. He wants to be the guy. Not going to sit there and let Cody just be the guy. If there's one thing for Cody to win, and he's still champion. If he's not the champion, he's coming after Cody eventually somehow. Whether it's in the main event of night 2 or it's later on down the road. it's going to be Seth versus Cody again. It just depends on how fast they want to get to it. Do they want to get to it immediately, or do they want to wait a little bit and let that turn happen a little slower? I don't know. It's possible. It could go either way. I'm not entirely sure. But Seth came out there looking like a highlighter, as you can see, with sunglasses. Yeah, this can go. I don't see this relationship lasting very long. This whole friendship, I just don't buy it. We'll see. We will see. But I'm thinking Seth will ultimately turn on Cody Rhodes. And Seth has to win, okay? You can't have Cody Rhodes keep beating Seth over and over and over, you know? That's another thing. I'm actually like talking myself out of it. If Seth turns immediately, you have to do that match. If you do that match, is Seth going to lose again? Yes. So that'd be 4 straight losses at that point. Do you want to do that? I don't want to see Seth chase Drew McIntyre. I do not. If Drew McIntyre wins that title, Seth needs to move on from Drew. They need to have CM Punk and then Sami Zayn chase heel Drew as champion. I don't want to see Seth Rollins chase Drew. Seth had a run as a babyface. He won the title last year. He had a nice little run. That's fine. I don't need that. I don't need to see that continue. Let Drew McIntyre go off by himself, and then have Sami Zayn and CM Punk chase Drew as faces, and then you have Seth as a heel. I'm just not sure I want Seth losing immediately again to Cody Rhodes so quickly, if that's the case. Maybe you have Gunther, or Gunther, however you want to say it, chase Cody, and Seth does something in between, and then you have the heel turn like that. I don't want Seth chasing Drew. I do not. Seth needs to go wherever Cody goes, because I think they want to have that feud continue. The Seth Cody Rhodes feud, just not immediately, maybe. I don't know. There's so many ways you can go, but I do believe I would not be surprised at all if we get the double turn at Mania. Seth heel, Rock babyface, because that's kind of what he wanted to do the whole entire time, you know. Drew helps Cody night 2. Drew McIntyre? That would be a twist that even I didn't see coming. Wow. Drew McIntyre helping Cody Rhodes. I don't think so. I think Drew McIntyre will beat he'll beat Seth for the title. Then he'll go on about his business, you know? I don't think Drew is gonna be involved in the bloodline match at all. I think Drew will win this title off Seth. Maybe Seth will be mad that Cody didn't help him. I don't know. But Drew's winning the title and going off, I think. I don't think Drew's going to worry about, because he got his gold. He got his prize, you know? He's not going to worry about what happens with Cody Rhodes and Seth later on. I do believe, I wonder if Drew versus Seth is the night 2 opener. I just feel like, wow, this is, now that I think about it, the entire WrestleMania weekend will be a bloodline story. Like the whole entire weekend is that story, you know? Because night 1 will be all about that main event tag match. Then you have, cause let's say let's say Jay and Jimmy are on night 1. So then Jay beats Jimmy, right? Then Jimmy tries to help his family, the bloodline, in the main event, right? Then The Rock and Roman Reigns win. That carries into the next night where Drew McIntyre beats Seth, because maybe Seth is now injured, because now remember, Seth is doing double duty. He's fighting on night 1 and night 2. So now Seth walks into that match with an injury angle, kind of protecting Seth a little bit. Then Drew beats Seth at that point. Now Seth lost his title. Then that goes into the main event of night 2. So there's like 4 matches that are all kind of interconnected. Jimmy versus Jay, the tag team match night 1, Seth versus Drew, and the main event of Cody versus Roman Reigns. Like 4 matches of the weekend, all interconnected together. That's the story of the of the WrestleMania. I'm hoping that the rest of these matches, like the women's matches, don't get overshadowed and don't get overlooked, because I really believe those 4 matches are going to be a lot. They're going to be a lot of attention, a lot of production into those 4 matches. So I'm hoping that the other matches get a lot of attention as well. But I'm thinking that those 4 matches will be like the story of the weekend, the bloodline story of Jay, Jimmy, the tag team match, Drew, Seth, and then the final, which will be Seth's trying to help Cody defeat the bloodline in the end. I didn't even think about that till just now. Those 4 matches, that's crazy. It's when will the bloodline not be dominating WrestleMania? When will that not be the case? Like the last 2 years have been the bloodline. It's going to be bloodline again next year when Rock and Roman. When is the Rock Roman bloodline story? When is that not going to be the WrestleMania story? That's what I want to know. Oh boy, we've been a long road with the Roman Reigns. It's not ending anytime soon, folks. It's not ending anytime soon. Okay, highlighter man, just get off the screen. That's all I really wanted to say about. I think they're doing a on your left moment with Cody for night 2. I do believe someone's going to help him out. Yeah, it's going to be The Rock. The Rock going to be on his left. Or maybe someone else. Maybe Randy. Maybe Randy will get involved. Why not? Randy Orton. It's going to be everyone going to get involved. The entire roster. You're going to see Randy Orton. You're going to see LA Knight. You're going to see AJ Styles. The entire locker room is going to get involved in this match. I'm joking. Maybe Rikishi will make a showing. Maybe the entire Bloodline tree, Nia Jax, Naomi, they're all going to get involved in this damn main event. I see Cody taking the pin during the main event, during the tag match. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Someone got to take the pin, Seth or Cody. Who's going to take the pin? Do you have Cody get pinned the night before? I guess. Well, here's the thing. If you want Seth to turn in the main event of night 2, you have Seth get pinned night 1, then he gets pinned again, so he gets pissed off, right? But I do see it's very possible that Cody could get pinned night 1. It's possible. Do you want your champion who's going to be the face of your company? Do you want him being pinned the night before? Never even thought about that. That's a good question. Well, not question. That's a good statement. I didn't think about that at all. Going to be The Rock, or better yet, John Cena. And Bianca Belair stop Roman Reigns, probably. She probably could. She had the Mania streak, right? Who is going to get pinned? Cody gets pinned night 1 and then wins night 2. If you do that, don't have Roman Reigns pin Cody. You have The Rock pin Cody. Okay? The Rock pins Cody night 1, and then Cody pins Roman night 2. Rock pins Cody night 1, Cody pins Roman night 2. Don't have I guess, well, wow, okay, this go either way. Like I understand the storyline where you can have Roman pin Cody, and that can still work well within the story. Pin you this night, and I'm gonna pin you again. I'm gonna pin you again tomorrow. That works as well. There's a whole bunch of different ways this can go. Yeah, but I think Cody getting pinned. It all depends on the story. If you want Seth to be at his most angry, like at his most upset, you can have Seth get pinned twice, night 1 and night 2. If you want Cody to have like the adversity, like the underdog story, you have Cody get pinned by Roman on night 1, then he wins it on night 2. I see that as well. That also works very well narratively. That also works very well. Cody get pinned night 1, then gets a redemption in night 2. That works too. Yeah, both of those work. I can see both ways. Yeah, you're right. If he gets pinned night 1, like the ultimate like low of lows, and he comes back with all that, with the energy and the power of the WWE universe behind him, he rises up from night 1 and beats him night 2. That works as well. I see that as well. That could work well. I don't think if Cody loses, not saying he will, those Philly fans might riot. I agree. They may actually throw stuff. I don't think it's. I think Cody losing went out the door with the whole "we want Cody" stuff and the I think is. I mean, look at his face. Look at this man's face. Look at it. Look at it. Can't have this man lose again. Now this picture right here of Seth Rollins. I don't trust Seth. I just don't trust Seth. I don't trust him. I do not trust Seth Rollins at all. But yeah, I just don't think it makes much sense at this point to have Cody lose because again, The Rock wants to have him face Roman Reigns at the end of next year. So if that's the case, when is Cody going to finish the story? I think Cody finishes the story this year. He finishes it. Okay, he finishes the story. Rock and Roman Reigns do their thing next year. That's what I believe. All right. All right, let's move on from Cody. Let's see. This is another thing. What about talk about this? Drew McIntyre. Why is this thing not stopping? What the heck? Every time I try to click on it, we'll go to the. Something's going on with this, but here's the picture of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre talking to Jackie. Keep trying to stop on the picture of him running, but it keeps, for whatever reason, it keeps jumping. So let's try this. Let me change this number to. Change it to 16 real quick. Let's see what happens. So I can go through it now. Pass over Gunther real quick. There we go. What the? Okay, that's something wrong with that picture. Anyway, so you guys watched Monday Night Raw. Seth was running down the ramp, ran right past Drew McIntyre. Drew was like, "What the hell?" It speaks to Drew McIntyre's commentary on Seth. Seth is not worried about his match. Worried about Bloodline and Cody Rhodes. He doesn't have his eye on the prize. And because he doesn't have his eye on the prize, Drew McIntyre is going to beat him for the title because Seth Rollins is not focused on the goal at hand, which is retaining his title. So Drew McIntyre will beat him because the man is got his hands all over the place. Got his hands in the cookie jar, like all these different places. Doesn't have his eye on the prize. And does not have his eye on the prize. So I don't know what's going on with that picture. When I try to stop on it, it will jump to. There it is. Okay, that's weird. Now we'll stop there. So here's Drew McIntyre in disbelief watching Seth Rollins run right by him, which was hilarious. But yeah, that's all I have to say about good old Seth and Cody. This picture was hilarious. Man ran right by him, but like he didn't exist. Right by him. All right, let's focus on good old Gunther. Or Gunther, however you want to say it. People say it so many different ways. I've seen the talent on the screen say Gunther, but I've heard someone else say Gunther. It doesn't matter. Gunther, same thing. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Gunther or Gunther. Drew is definitely winning, but I don't see Seth turning heel. I just don't see who Seth chases. Like, if he doesn't turn heel, does he chase Drew? I don't love that. I think he needs to do something else beyond chasing Drew McIntyre. I think that's Sami Zayn, CM Punk territory at that point. But we'll see what happens. Gunther has been champion for a long time. It's time for him to drop the title. Okay. I think it will happen at WrestleMania. Now the question is, who is he going to drop the title to? Is it? I think I have the picture here. Is it? Where is it? No, I don't. What the heck is? These images are like coded wrong. Not in here. Anyway, I think the match was. What was it? think it was battle. It's not a battle royal, but a gauntlet match between right here. Oh, okay, that's why I didn't see it because it's all the way down here. Let me change this. Well, I'll just go to it real quick. Go, 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 go. Gauntlet match between Ricochet, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, Shinsuke, and JD McDonough. All right, I'll tell you who's not going to win. JD McDonough, Bronson Reed, Shinsuke, and freaking Ricochet. So that leaves two people, Chad Gable and Sami Zayn. I want Chad Gable to win this Battle Royal. Gauntlet match. I don't know why I keep saying Battle Royal. The Gauntlet match. I want Chad Gable to win the Gauntlet match. Why? Because this is probably the biggest chance of anything he'll ever have. Like, this is his best chance of having like a big moment. I don't see Chad Gable ever winning a world title. I do believe Sami Zayn can. So if Sami Zayn can win the big one, then why not have Chad Gable win this one, the IC title? That way Sami Zayn can chase Drew McIntyre. So if Chad Gable wins this, goes on to avenge his loss to Gunther. You know, his daughter was crying in the crowd. His family members and friends were all upset that he lost. Okay, now you go to WrestleMania, you win this match, you beat Gunther, and that frees up Gunther to chase the world title with Cody Rhodes, and that frees Sami Zayn to go chase Drew McIntyre, because I think Sami Zayn will win a world title eventually. So why not let Chad Gable get this victory of beating Gunther? That'll elevate Chad Gable. Sami Zayn will still have a chance to win the world title later. That's what I think. So, world title chase for Sami Zayn. IC title chase for Chad Gable. Chad Gable beats Gunther in the WrestleMania match. That's what I say. Sami is the most likely. Chad hasn't been built up enough. I agree. Sami Zayn is the most likely. But I do believe, well, let me read the rest of your comment here. But Sami has been on a losing streak, so I wouldn't make sense. Okay. JD is cannon fodder, agreed. Nakamura and I do agree he is cannon fodder. Bronson Reed, I don't know. Ricochet, man. His story is the most interesting. Also, Sami is most obviously not. Well, let me try this again. His story is the most interesting. Also, Sami is making too obvious for me. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's too. I think Sami Zayn has already been champion. I mean, he's already been the IC champion. So what does he really gain beyond? If he beats Gunther, cool, but it's still the IC title. He has to lose it eventually again. People don't want to see Sami Zayn win the IC title. They want to see Sami Zayn win the big one. Okay. The man has been feuding with Drew McIntyre anyway, or at least has some friction with Drew McIntyre. So let Chad have this one. Sami Zayn can go for the big one. It's a win-win. No interest in either Sami or Chad Gable. Jeez. Braun Breaker versus Gunther. That'll be a good match. I just don't see it because Chad Gable is on Raw. Sami Zayn is on Raw. And Braun Breaker is on SmackDown. That's the only reason I don't see it. Because the brand thing. If Gunther is going to lose at WrestleMania, it'll be somebody on Raw. Well, look at the gauntlet match. Will. You know, it's the gauntlet match. These six. It's going to be one of these six, right? If he loses at WrestleMania. Whereas Braun Breaker on SmackDown. Do you want Gunther to retain at WrestleMania? I don't love that idea. I think it's time for him to. I want Gunther to be free once the WWE draft comes around. So the draft comes around, he needs to be free and open to move and operate and go to whoever Cody is. Okay? So that's the case. He has to lose at WrestleMania. Then he's free to be traded, not traded, but be drafted by wherever brand Cody is on. Then he can chase Cody. I think it's time to just drop it. No more IC title for Gunther. He had a great run. He broke the record. WrestleMania, he drops it to Chad Gable. Sami Zayn can wait and chase Drew. I agree. I would like to see Sami beat Drew for the World Heavyweight title. Yep. The story of him never beating Drew is already there. Exactly. I agree, Brandon. That's where I'm at. I thought Andrade was not a part of it. He should have been, well, but JD is in the match to be like, he's a good worker, really good in the ring. I guess they don't want Andrade to lose right away, maybe. So we can hold off on Andrade. Chad deserves it, man. I agree. Let Chad have this. He's such a great wrestler. He's being more serious lately. I think the concern with Chad Gable, they think he's a joke, the comedy act. But I think he can get serious. I think Chad Gable has earned himself a shot at this title. Let him have the title for a little bit. Let him run with that. Showcase how good a wrestler he is. I think when Chad Gable gets that belt, he's going to have a great matches. He's going to put on a lot of great performances in the ring and really uphold the legacy that Gunther has started. Chad Gable, with his in-ring ability, can continue that. So I'm not really worried about Chad Gable as champion. It makes sense. Let him have that redemption arc. Sami Zayn has bigger fish to fry in terms of title. Not with Gunther, but in terms of having a title, Sami Zayn has bigger fish to fry. Let him go chase Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Sami has a history with Drew. Yep. I agree. So now I guess we're on the same page. Chad Gable, of these six, it's to be Chad. Let Sami go get the big one. That's what I say. That's what I believe. Go back. This was a really good segment, I thought. A good promo from Chad Gable, reminding the audience about what happened in Minnesota. I think it was Minnesota, right? Minnesota? When his family was there, his daughter was crying. Reminded the audience of that moment and that struggle and that loss. And he's going to go back and he's going to do it. Gunther as world champion would be amazing. Gunther, I could see dethroning Cody. I could see Gunther beating Cody. He's going to have a long run when he gets the championship as well. But I see Gunther chasing Cody. I see Sami chasing Drew McIntyre. I see Chad Gable with the belt, with the IC belt. And I just think that makes all the sense in the world, you know? Let Chad have this. Let Chad have this one. All right. Sami Zayn, you can have the world title later, okay? Ivar, I don't know what they're doing with Ivar. He's not in this match, so no IC title for him. Let's talk about let's move on. We're already 40 minutes into this. How is already 40 minutes into this? Let's talk about good old Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, and the Rhea Ripley championship match at Mania. Okay, the Women's World Championship. Sometimes I forget what the name of that title is. Name is the Women's World Championship. Not the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, just the Women's World Championship. There's a lot of people on will be facing the Kabuki Warriors at WrestleMania 40. But people keep throwing Jade, Cargill, Bianca Belair to the throne, the Kabuki Warriors. Yeah, those people are casual viewers because they can't see the obvious thing in front of them, which is Bianca Belair will be feuding against Tiffany Stratton. Is obvious at this point. That's a Mania match they're building towards. Bianca Belair has the WrestleMania Mania streak. Tiffany Stratton is undefeated on SmackDown, and she'll stay undefeated. So it'll be undefeated on SmackDown versus undefeated in Mania, streak versus streak. And I do believe Tiffany Stratton is on the bump today. I guarantee you on the bump, they're going to talk about Bianca Belair. They're going to ask her about the tweet Bianca Belair put out yesterday, where she slapped Tiffany. She made a meme or a TikTok of her slapping Tiffany. They're going to talk about that. They're going to ask her about Bianca. And they're going to start building toward that match going forward. They don't really know what's going to happen with Jade. So they're trying to decide where she fits in. So that's why they keep bringing up Bianca Belair, because they don't have any idea what's going to happen with Jade Cargill. That's why they keep bringing that up, because they don't know. So we want Jade at WrestleMania. Bianca, she's also a strong, athletic black woman. Yeah, we'll put them together, and then they'll go face the Kabuki Warriors. Even though Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill have not said a single word to each other, not one. They have not had one conversation with each other. They had a face-off at WrestleMania at the Royal Rumble, one face-off, and they had like a backstage thing where she was talking to all three of them. It was Bianca, Jade, Liv Morgan, and Tiffany. And Jade was having her little big business meeting, and Bianca, Liv, and Tiffany were talking very loud. And she said, "Hey, no, y'all ain't doing that during my big business meeting." And that was really much it. They haven't really had any type of talk or any really conversation or interaction beyond those moments. So people are trying to figure out where Jade fits in. They're trying to put her with Bianca. It's not happening. We'll see what happens. But Jade, she'd be lucky she has a match, if I'm being completely honest. She's lucky. Okay, they're not even comfortable having her wrestle on TV. So why would she wrestle in WrestleMania? It's possible, but it's a stretch. Not a singles match, that's for damn sure. I can see Gunther beating Cody after Cody has a year or so. Yeah. I can see that too. How long is too long for Cody? You don't want to have a long reigning babyface sometimes, because people can feel like it gets stale and boring when it comes to long babyfaces. But we'll see. Rhea and Becky promos have been pretty good, and I think the storyline and build will be good despite the short amount of time. Well, let's talk about this build real quick, because recently I put out a video last week talking about the Becky Rhea feud. I was actually down. Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax is possible for sure, noob. I was actually down on the feud because I don't think they have that much of a plan, honestly. At this point, I believe that Becky Lynch is going to have like a good story going. She's going to cut a promo that make us care about this match. But really, what this match is, it's big name versus big name. That's the honest truth. I think you're a good champion, and I want to beat you. I want to test myself. I want to take that title. That's the story. There's nothing nuanced or any like layers to the story as of right now. Right now, just Rhea Ripley's a great champion. I'm the man. I'm going to beat you. That's the story. We'll see where it goes. But that's the story right now. So last Monday, which was this Monday that just passed, we had a match between Becky Lynch and Nia Jax. Now, I have always said that this match had to happen, because Becky Lynch has to beat Nia Jax, because Nia Jax beat her clean, and Nia Jax just lost to Rhea Ripley. So in order for the audience to feel like Becky Lynch has a chance to beat Rhea Ripley, Becky has to beat Nia Jax, the woman that beat her clean last month. This is a great shot, by the way. Now, the issue with this is they're in a feud with Becky's in a bit of a tussle with Liv Morgan right now. So, although in my mind, it made narrative sense for Becky Lynch to beat Nia Jax to get that win back, I thought because of what happened last week, Liv Morgan would get involved in the match. And sure enough, she did. This is a good match, by the way. Nia Jax has been doing some great work, the best work of her career. She's been killing it in the ring. And then, great work from Nia Jax, right? Great work from her. Great selling, great match. Then, good old Livy here wanted to get some payback. And once she hit Nia Jax once, she got in the ring. I know exactly what she said. What she said was, word for word, I memorized it. So much of a loser I am. I actually memorized the thing. She said, you mad? You mad, Becky? Doesn't feel good to be interrupted, does it? I thought I'd give you a little taste of your own medicine. Cry about it. That's what she said in the ring. You can't. It's off mic, so you can barely hear it. But if you listen very closely, you turn the volume up, you hear what she said. This is I fear this is time wasting when it comes to this feud right now. because you had Liv Morgan facing Rhea Ripley. You had Liv Morgan facing Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch got involved, called a DQ. This week you had Becky versus Nia Jax, a match that I thought needed to happen, but Becky doesn't get that clean win. Liv Morgan calls it DQ. Now you have Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch next week, and guess what? Probably another DQ where Nia Jax gets involved, which may lead to a triple threat. This is time wasting, folks. It's time wasting. Okay. What happens? This is what happens. You have weeks before Mania. You have to buy some time. Okay. You have these DQ finishes. It leads to another DQ finish. It leads to another DQ finish until finally get some type of result that's definitive right before Mania. Okay, so I would not be surprised one bit if Liv versus Becky gets interrupted by Nia Jax. Then it turns into a triple threat. Then finally we have a result because triple threat, everything goes. There's no disqualifications, right? So I believe that Liv Morgan will not be added to the match. That's the whole thing that's happening right now online. Oh, they're gonna add Liv Morgan. They're gonna add Nia Jax. It's gonna be a fatal 4-way match. No, this will not be a fatal 4-way, for crying out loud. Nia Jax lost to Rhea Ripley clean, so why would she be added to the match? That doesn't make any sense. Liv Morgan lost the chamber match fair and square, so why would she be added to the match? That doesn't make any sense. Liv Morgan will get her chance at Backlash, okay? At Backlash. This match will stay 1-on-1. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley will stay 1-on-1. Rhea Ripley will beat Becky Lynch, and then she'll move on to Liv Morgan at Backlash, okay? There's no fatal 4-way. No, Curvin, name Curvin? There'll be no fatal 4-way. There will be no fatal 4-way. That's not happening, okay? I'll put anything on it. There'll be no fatal 4-way. There'll be no triple threat match. This match will be 1-on-1. How do I know that? Well, let me ask a question. How many interactions has Liv Morgan had with Rhea Ripley since returning? I asked that question again. How many interactions has Liv Morgan had with Rhea Ripley, the woman she hates, the woman she despises? This whole revenge tour is about Rhea Ripley. How many interactions has she had with the woman she hates, with Rhea? How many? I'll answer for you. 0. Goose egg. 0. Why? Because they're not having her enter that match. If Liv Morgan was going to actually get involved and make it a triple threat or a 4-4-way, she would be in Rhea Ripley's grill every damn week. They'd be having interactions. None, exactly. They'd be fighting. They'd be doing all this stuff. It's not happening because they don't want the IWC and the fans at home watching to get any ideas, okay? What will happen is, oh, look at this. Liv Morgan is attacking Rhea Ripley. It's going to be a triple threat or a 4-4-way. No, that's not happening. Becky Lynch needs something to do. Need to buy time. So she's facing Liv Morgan. She's facing Nia Jax. But ultimately, she will pin one of these people. I believe we will see a triple threat match between Nia, Liv, and Becky will come out on top. Putting to bed Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Liv Morgan is not interacting with Rhea Ripley now simply because they are not touching that match right now. Liv Morgan will have a match after Backlash. Literally, the last scene, where's the scene at? I think I have a picture here. This scene right here. I kid you not. They were arguing. Becky Lynch tells Liv Morgan, the difference between me and you, when I attacked Nia Jax last night, she stayed down. And when I did it because I wanted to go after her. You did it this week to hurt me. You didn't do it to hurt Nia Jax. You DQ'd this match because you wanted to get back at me. That's the difference. I did what I did, not to hurt you, but to hurt Nia Jax. You did this this week to hurt me. That's the difference, okay? Then she walks off. And literally, 5 seconds later, Rhea Ripley walks up. What? The woman you hate and despise was right there around the corner? You didn't see her come? It's because she's not being added to the match, okay? That's why. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley will not cross paths because they don't want folks to get any ideas, okay? Liv Morgan will continue to be interacting with Becky and Nia, but not Rhea, because they don't want you to believe that match is happening, or she's not going to be added to the match. So don't want you guys to get excited about it, okay? Exactly. She's only 2 steps away from her. The woman she hates Rhea Ripley. She hasn't attacked her. She hasn't talked to her. Hasn't done anything to Rhea Ripley because they don't want folks to get any ideas. She's not being added to that match. It's about Becky and Rhea. Becky will interact with Rhea. Liv Morgan will not. You will never interact with her until the match is over. Once Becky Lynch loses, once Rhea comes out on top, you'll see all of a sudden they'll be in the same screen together. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley will be on the same screen together. All of a sudden, oh, look, you remember she's existed, right? You remember you're on the same show as her. You'll see. Second Becky loses, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley will start having segments together because now it's her turn, right? But for now, they need to tell a story. They're using Liv Morgan's revenge tour as a part of the story for Becky to get to Rhea Ripley because they don't want Rhea Ripley and Becky touching. So if you don't want them touching, you gotta give Becky Lynch something to do. Nia Jax, Liv Morgan is the thing to do right now. But why do you need Nia Jax, Liv Morgan to mess up Becky versus Rhea Ripley build? They're not messing it up. In their mind, they're buying time, right? So it makes all the sense in the world for Becky Lynch to beat Nia Jax. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, right? Nia Jax beat Becky Lynch clean. Becky Lynch needs to get that win back, or who's going to believe that Becky Lynch has a chance to beat Rhea if she can't even beat Nia Jax? She has to beat Nia Jax first. Once she beats Nia Jax, they'll say, "Oh, okay, she's been built up now. They're on the same level. They're on the same level. Now we can see this match go. Now we want to see what happens, right?" But she has to beat Nia Jax first. If she can't beat Nia Jax, why would she beat Rhea Ripley? That's the whole thought process. Rhea Ripley beat Nia Jax clean. Becky can't beat Nia. It's like WWE math, right? You can't beat Nia Jax. You can't beat Rhea. Because Rhea beat Nia. And Nia beat you, all right? They're wasting time. They're wasting time. That's what they're doing. They got to waste time. How many weeks are we? How far away from WrestleMania? Today's the 5th. WrestleMania 6th. WrestleMania is what? The 6th? Right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of Monday Night Raw left. 4 Monday Night Raws. So Becky Lynch will face Liv Morgan next week. Nia Jax will probably interfere in the match, right? Then we'll get a triple threat on the 18th. Let's say Becky Lynch wins that. Now there's 2 Monday Night Raws left. Now she can focus solely on Rhea Ripley. They're just trying to waste time. Go back and watch the build of Bianca Belair versus Asuka last year. Go look at that build. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. They had no story. They had no story for those two. They were both baby faces. So what did they do? They brought in Carmella. They brought in Chelsea Green. And it was a boring, terrible build where Bianca and Asuka were the baby faces and Chelsea and Carmella were the heels. They brought them into the build just to have someone to fight. It was very bad. It was bad. But they did that because they had nothing. They didn't have anything. They didn't have a story. Same thing here. They don't have any big storyline ready to go. So they're using Liv Morgan's anger about the revenge tour to spice it up a little bit. Using Nia Jax being upset with Becky Lynch because she wanted to go to Mania to give Becky something to do so we can until we get to the Mania match. That's what they're doing. They're just wasting time. Pure wasting time. I don't think Liv or Nia Jax will even make it to the Mania card. To be honest, I assume Triple H will do a 5-match card for each night. I would not be surprised if they were both off the card unless they had some type of like battle royal. If Nia Jax wants to face Jade, I don't love it, but if they want to do Jade versus Nia Jax, then fine. That's a match for Nia. I'm skeptical about that though. I'm skeptical. I don't believe that's going to happen. Skeptical about that one. Battle Royal is the best guess. You guys remember, folks. And Bianca Belair talked about this recently. Bianca said that singles matches for the women are hard to come by, especially non-title. You have the 2 championship matches. Used to be Raw and SmackDown championships. Now it's the WWE and World Championship matches, right? Those 2 are set. Any singles matches for women beyond that is tough to come by. They will get one this year for the first time in a long time with Bianca and Tiffany Stratton. That's 1 additional. So you have 2, Rhea, Becky, Io, Bayley, Bianca, Tiffany. That's 3 singles matches that's 3 singles matches for the women. Anything else is a stretch, and I don't believe that. This is a squash. I don't believe we're going to get 4 of them. 3 singles matches is a lot to be asking for these days. 4 of them? I don't know about that one, Chief. I think we may do like a battle royal, maybe a tag team showcase, something like that, but not 4 singles matches. That's a stretch. I think 3 is all we're going to get. I don't think we'll get more than that. But yeah, I think they're wasting time. Look at Becky Lynch's face. Look at her face. They're simply just wasting time. Rhea Ripley will be doing now. Rhea Ripley, she's not gonna have that much to do, I don't think, which is interesting. The story is about Becky and her path to Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley would just be back there with the title, walking around, showing off the title. I don't think Rhea Ripley is going to be doing much. I think once it gets like the last 2 weeks, like the last 2 Raws, then Rhea Ripley will be more involved. At the Raw before Mania and the second to last Raw before Mania, maybe there'll be like an interaction with some physicality between the 2. But until then, it's all about Becky versus Nia, Becky versus Liv Morgan, her dealing with those folks, getting wins over them to build Becky up so you can believe that Becky has a chance to beat Rhea Ripley. She won't, but you have to build Becky up so people believe she has a chance to beat her. They're using Nia Jax and Liv Morgan to do that. I believe we'll get the triple threat match. Nia, Liv, Becky. Becky will pin Nia Jax because that's the woman that she has to pin because she hasn't pinned her since Nia Jax came back. And Nia Jax got that big win over her. And then then you'll feel good about Becky Lynch. Oh, look, she's built up strong. Now she can beat Rhea Ripley. That's the whole thought process. She won't. She'll lose. But that's what they're going for. I don't see a battle royal, but I see a showcase tag team match. Yeah. I really hope the last few weeks before Mania, they will involve Finn into the mix. If they were going to do that, you would think they would have done that already, right? Finn and JD McDonough have a long history with Becky Lynch. Both of them go back 21 years with Finn and JD. You would think they're going to play into the bloodline history and what Becky Lynch has meant to Finn Balor and JD. You would think they would have done that by now. But I feel like the focus is now on Liv and Nia Jax, not so much the Judgment Day stuff. I don't think they're going to do that. I thought that would have been a decent idea, interesting, if they went that way. But I don't think they're doing that. I think we're going to be just her with the Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. I don't think they're going to bring in Finn and JD. I don't think. I could be wrong, but if they're going to do that, gotta do it more. Do it now. Like it's the 18th of March, not 18th. It's the 6th of March, but you have 5 Raw to go, and she's dead in the middle of this Liv Morgan Nia Jax thing. I don't think they're going to bring in Finn or JD. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't think it's going to happen. They should have done it by now if that's the case. Charlotte and Rhea Ripley had Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, their build was bad too. That was also a bad build. All the women's championship matches going into Mania have been bad build recently, besides Bianca and Becky and and Io and Bayley. I think the Io Bayley one will be solid, and the Bianca Becky one was solid. Everything else has been bad. Now, the reason why Bianca and Asuka was bad was because originally it was supposed to be Bianca and Charlotte Flair. So I kind of cut him some slack there. It was supposed to be Rhea versus Ronda and Bianca versus Charlotte. But then Ronda Rousey took the month of January off, so they took the belt off of Ronda and put it on Charlotte. So they had to scramble to find Bianca a partner. And that's what they brought in Asuka, which is why the build was so bad. Because both of them were different. It was supposed to be Ronda versus Rhea, Bianca versus Charlotte. So both of those matches got mixed up. So that's why the build. So I kind of give the last year some slack, right? I give that a little bit of slack. This year, no excuses for the Becky Rhea stuff. I feel like the Bayley Io stuff is going to be solid. There's no excuse for any bad build for the Becky Rhea because that's been the plan for the last 6 months. It's been obvious. It's been so obvious that they were doing Becky versus Rhea for the longest time. So there's no excuse for this build. They need to get their act together. Predictions for the crowd reactions. I think Becky Lynch is so popular. Worst case scenario, split. I think it'll be a split. Becky's too popular. She's too like she's made. She's so endearing to the audience. They're not gonna boo her. It'll be split. Go watch the Becky Lynch Bianca Belair match at where was it? The first title defense for Becky after she beat Bianca Belair in 26 seconds. That was that PLE. The PLE when Bianca Belair Extreme Rules. Go watch the Extreme Rules match. When Bianca Belair faced Becky Lynch, 2021 Extreme Rules, 50-50 split. Let's go Becky EST. Let's go Becky EST. That's what's going to be for the Becky Lynch Rhea Ripley match. I think it'll probably split like that. Mommy, let's go mommy. Let's go Becky. Let's go mommy. Let's go Becky. I think so, but we'll see. Becky Lynch is fine though. I don't think they don't have to worry about her being booed. That's for damn sure. Io Sky needs to talk more, make her more credible. Oh yeah, it's 2022. No, 2021. Extreme Rules 2021. What was it? That's what it was. Because 2022 was the. Wait a minute. 2021. Yeah, 2021. Extreme Rules 2021 was the year. Because SummerSlam 2021 was the PLE that she beat Bianca in 26 seconds. So yeah, it's Extreme Rules 2021, I believe. Maybe I'm crazy. Let me double check real quick. Extreme Rules. I was right. Haha, yeah, that's all Jay. All good. It's all good. It's all good. Can't wait for Dakota versus Bayley at Mania. I mean Io. I see what you're saying. I gotcha. You're saying that Io is a background character. I gotcha. Well, unfortunately for Io, they don't feel comfortable with her talking on the mic. So Io Sky will ultimately be dropping that belt at Mania to Bayley. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about Io's character right now. They definitely don't feel comfortable with her talking. So Dakota Kai is the mouthpiece, and she's kind of like the main antagonist to Bayley's protagonist right now. Kind of like the Bayley versus Dakota show, with Io being the champion though. But the feud is between Bayley and Dakota. I feel like, you know. Also, why does Bayley's story look like an Asuka and Kyrie story? Because Io Sky is kind of like the fifth wheel right now of the Damage Control story, unfortunately. Bayley needs to put over Io. Here's the thing about Bayley and Io, okay? 2024 is the Bayley year. It's the Bayley year. Royal Rumble victory, WrestleMania win. This just accept it right now. That's what's going to happen. Just accept the truth. Not going to happen. She's not putting over Bayley. She's not putting over Io. Io is not talking on the mic right now. It's over. It's over. It's over. She's dropping that belt to Bayley. Bayley will be champion. Let me see what else. So yeah, so this happened. Am I missing something? Did I forget to talk about something with this Becky Rhea stuff? Liv Morgan will get her chance at Backlash. Triple threat match between Becky, Liv, and Nia Jax coming up, I think. Becky Lynch will probably pin Nia in that match. Then that'll be done with that. I think Adam Pearce will tell Liv Morgan, yo, chill, okay? If you chill out, Liv Morgan, I'll tell you what. After Mania, you'll get the first chance at Rhea Ripley. That'll be what Adam Pearce tells Liv Morgan so she can chill out. Just say, Liv Morgan, guess what? Understand that you want your revenge. So how about this? After WrestleMania, win or lose, you get the first crack at Rhea Ripley, and that's why Liv Morgan will get written off. The right Liv Morgan out of the story via Adam Pearce promising her that she'll face Rhea Ripley after Mania. That's what I predict. But yeah, let me so you guys are talking about Io Sky. So let me move on from this. I'll talk a little bit about Io and Dakota and Bayley real quick. In fact, I think I have some. Let me see. Drop this in here. Damage control. Here we go. Let's go back to. Go. Io Sky laughing her ass off. Right. Oh, it's not cooperating. I just used a picture. We have damage control here. Yeah, but Liv Morgan Backlash is not WrestleMania. A million people watching. Yeah, but she lost the chamber. Irvin. That's the issue here. It's over. There's no it's like there's no going back. She lost the chamber. I understand that Liv Morgan fans want her in the Mania match. I understand that. They want that stage for Liv Morgan. But it's over. It's not happening. So we have to move on. At least I want to move on, you know. It's not going to happen for Liv Morgan. So what's the best bet? Can't have the Mania match. So what's next? Backlash in France, a big show, PLE International. It's going to be big for Liv Morgan. Unfortunately, folks, Liv Morgan is not going to have that Mania match this year. Maybe next year, maybe later on. But right now, the best they can do is have a Backlash, high-profile France match for Liv Morgan. I think it'd be great. Then Liv Morgan has to turn heel. Have to turn heel for sure. So when it comes to damage control, Dakota Kai is the lead. It seems with Io Sky kind of come across as more of a side character. Now, some people have not liked that, but it is what it is. Io Sky is not talking on the mic right now. I think her days are limited as champion. I think come WrestleMania, it's gonna be the Bayley show. Then Dakota, we'll see what happens with Dakota Kai and Io Sky from there. I think it's very likely, or there's a good chance that Dakota Kai will win the Money in the Bank, because I really believe Triple H is invested in the damage control story. And if he's invested in that story, I think he'll continue it by having Dakota Kai winning Money in the Bank. Liv Morgan and Io Sky fans are so toxic and delusional on Twitter. You're not. Let me say this. Io Sky and Liv Morgan stands. Their stands. There's a percentage of those stands that are very annoying. I'll say this. Not all Liv Morgan fans, not all Io Sky fans, but there's a percentage of those stands that are annoying. I'll agree. Now, do all fan bases have annoying stands? Yes. But those two in particular have, in my experience, very tribal, blind faith, blind worshiping fan base. Not all of them. Not talking about all the fans. I'm talking about some of them. Stands, yeah. Yeah, it stands. But yeah, it's not. It's. I think Damage Control will lose the belt. Well, I say Damage Control, EO will lose the belt. I think Asuka and Kyrie will retain no matter who they face. They will not be facing Bianca and Jade for the love of God. That is not happening. Bianca will be facing Tiffany. Okay, for the love of God, it's obvious. I think Dakota Kai will. I have her winning the Money in the Bank. I don't believe they're going to be done with the Damage Control story. I wouldn't be surprised if Dakota Kai took the belt off of Bayley. So the story is Io wins the championship, Bayley takes the belt off of her, then Dakota takes the belt off of Bayley. So there's this long Damage Control storyline where everybody touches the belt. I think that's going to happen. Yoshi stand accounts are some of the worst. I agree. They are. They're the worst of those accounts are very annoying. I agree. But yeah, I don't see yeah, let's see what else happened here. Even this picture, Io Sky kind of feels like the side character here. I don't know what they can do about it. I don't know what they can do about it. What they can do is they can have Io Sky have more matches in the ring, make her look like more like people love Io Sky because of her in ring talent. Let Io Sky have more matches in the ring. Let her look like more of a badass in the ring. Do that. You're not letting her talk, so let her have more physicality. Let her beat some asses. Let her, punch people in the face. Deliver some drop kicks. Deliver some moonsaults. Do something like that. Dakota beating Bayley is the right choice. I agree. Love to see all of them have a title reign. Yes, I think that's what they're headed to. All three OG having title reigns. Io, then Bayley, then Dakota. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it makes sense. I don't see why you're not. You're invested in Dakota Kai a lot at this point, so you might as well just go all the way and let her have a belt and let her have a reign. Now, I think she'll be a heel with have a posse with her, like the Damage Control, maybe. Do I think she'll turn on Io Sky? Probably, because that's what she does. She turns on her friends, so I wouldn't be surprised. Then Io Sky can have a babyface run. That's how you do it. Have Dakota Kai turn on Io. Io Sky finally has that babyface run, that strong babyface run that people want her to see, that people want to see from her. You can finally do that. Do you think Tiffany Stratton will win the Money in the Bank this year? I think it's premature. I think a lot of people are excited about Tiffany Stratton. I am. Look at the top of the screen. I'm a big Tiffany Stratton fan. Look at she's right up there at the top. And I made that before she went to SmackDown. So before she went to SmackDown, I made this graphic. So I'm a big Tiffany Stratton mark. I love Tiffany Stratton. She's my favorite in NXT for a long time. When she first appeared, I said, this girl's a star. I can show you the receipts. I said, this girl's an absolute star. She's going to be a main eventer. I love her. I love Tiffany Stratton. But I think people need to pump the brakes. Triple H likes to slow burn. He likes to take his time. All right? Same thing with LA Knight. Remember when LA Knight won? Remember when LA Knight got hot and got over? People said, oh, LA Knight is going to win Money in the Bank. Did it happen? No. Gave that to Damian Priest. Okay? Now everyone thinks that Tiffany will win Money in the Bank, right? No. She's 24 years old. There's time with Tiffany. I think she'll be in the match, but I think they'll give that to like maybe Dakota Kai or Zoe Stark or someone else. You have time with her. She's 24 years old, okay? You don't have to try to force I think Vince would absolutely push Tiffany Stratton to the moon. Absolutely. If Vince was running it. I think Triple H likes to have the young people pay their dues and take their time a little bit, I see Tiffany Stratton having a good match in the Money in the Bank, then losing, maybe coming around the next year winning it, but not this year, no. I think it's too soon. There's time. She's 24. There's time with Tiffany. What's so special about Kyrie? People love her. She's has a great reputation from Japan. She's very good in the ring. Usually, recently she's been a little rough. I don't know what the reason for that is. People have said that it takes a while to adapt from Joshi wrestling in Japan to Western wrestling. At this point, I think that excuse has run its course. She needs to pick it up. I love Kyrie as a character. She needs to pick it up in the ring right now. There's no more excuses. I don't want to hear it taking her long to adapt. She's been here for a minute now. She should be on fire in the ring. She had a good performance yesterday at NXT. Took a bad hit. She almost got knocked out. Well, not almost got knocked out. She took a big knock on her head when Lyra went for the springboard. Springboard. What do we call it? Springboard. Crossbody. She landed on her head. Hurt her head pretty bad, but besides that, Kyrie looked very good yesterday. I'm hoping she looks good going forward. No more botches from Kyrie. Who beats the Kabuki Warriors? I have no idea. They retained at Mania. If I had to pick someone, I would say Life of the Party was Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Maybe, yeah, those two probably will be the ones to do it. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Do you think Bianca becomes the champion in 2024? Will they wait until the 2021 WrestleMania 41 match? I think Bianca Belair has a good chance to beat Rhea Ripley in 2024. Pull up Rhea real quick. Here's the picture of Rhea. Here you go. No, I found the one with Becky Lynch. It all depends on how fast they want to do the Bianca Belair feud with Rhea. If Bianca Belair is drafted to the same show as Rhea Ripley, which I think will happen in 2024, how fast do they kick off that feud? If they do it right away, let's say Bianca versus Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam 2024, I think it's very possible that Bianca can win that match. If they do the SummerSlam match, I can see Bianca winning it. Then they can have a trilogy where Ripley wins it back from her, setting up the Mania match, right? It all depends on how long you want to have the feud. All depends on when the feud starts. If the feud starts before SummerSlam, I can see Bianca Belair beating her for the belt. I can see Rhea winning it back. I see the the trilogy happening at Mania. I can see that. But yes, it's possible. 50-50. 50-50 Bianca Belair wins in 2024. 50-50. All depends on how you want to do it. It's all in the execution. But I do believe there's a strong chance if they book the match, because what else is there to do for Rhea Ripley? That's my thing. When it comes to the Bianca Belair Rhea Ripley feud, there isn't much they can do with Rhea Ripley. She's beaten everyone. She beat Raquel. She beat Becky. She beat Nia Jax. So if Bianca Belair and Rhea are on the same show, which I believe will happen, if they're on the same show, you gotta get cracking. Can't wait any longer. So let's say you do Liv Morgan at Backlash. Well, then around Money in the Bank, that'd be crossing paths. Then maybe you set up a match at SummerSlam, and Bianca beats her. Then Rhea Ripley wins it back at Survivor Series, and then Bianca wins the Royal Rumble, setting up the big match at Mania, something like that, you know. What about Chelsea Green? For me, it's Chelsea Green or Naomi. I can see that. If Naomi wins it, that's a baby face. Potentially. She could turn heel at that point. Naomi, those would be my three. Dakota Kai, Naomi. Chelsea Green, she's gonna fail her cash in, I believe. That's full on comedy. Is that the direction you wanna go? If you wanna go full on comedy, then sure, Chelsea Green. But I do believe Naomi and Dakota Kai are good shouts for Money in the Bank. Time for Rhea Ripley to be on SmackDown. Sure. No, I want Rhea Ripley to stay on Raw. Stay on Raw. Because I want Bianca Belair to be on Raw. Because Raw gets more time and gets more segments. Because I'm really invested in the Rhea Ripley Bianca Belair feud. So if they want to do that feud, I want them to be on Raw together. Because they have more time to let stuff breathe. Because right now on SmackDown with the 2 hours, things go fast. Last week, Bianca was even on SmackDown last week. She wasn't there. I don't know where she was. I prefer if they have Bianca and Rhea Ripley on Raw to tell that feud. So you have more time. That's what I want to see. Would Charlotte be on Raw when she comes back from her injury? She'll be wherever they want her to be. Because at that point, it doesn't really matter. Because you would have the draft. And she kind of pop up where she wants to pop up. So it doesn't really matter. Or when I say it doesn't matter, I don't really know like where now. It'll be clear then. Probably on the show opposite of Bianca. If you're doing Bianca versus Rhea, probably have Charlotte Flair on the other show. So like if Bianca and Rhea are on Raw, you put Charlotte Flair on SmackDown, I think. I could see that match ending in DQ for sure. Rhea Ripley is a lot younger than Bianca. Sure. Yep. She sure is. That's another thing. Bianca is not getting any younger. Let's get going. Injuries can happen. Pregnancies can happen. She wants to have a family. Let's stop wasting time. They're both on the cover of the game. 2K cover stars. Let's get going. Let's stop wasting time. Like it's getting annoying at this point. This is what I'll say. Bianca Belair had it better. She better be drafted to the same damn show as Rhea Ripley. Because if she's not, I'm going to be upset. Okay. That hour and a half flew by. All right, folks. That is it. We're going to wrap up the stream here in a second. If you have any lasting comments, let me know. But I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for everyone joining in. I think Tiffany should be on the bump right now. So I'm going to head over to the bump. Let's see what Tiffany says about Bianca. Because I do believe for sure that is the Mania match. I'm telling you right now, folks. Listen to me good. Bianca Belair will be facing Tiffany Stratton at Mania. Okay? That's the match. Don't let the IWC fool you about Jade or tag team matches. No. Bianca Belair will be facing Tiffany Stratton at Mania. Bianca will win. Tiffany will get the Mania showcase at a young age. It'll be great for her career. They'll have a big 15-minute match where they're going back and forth, showcasing their athleticism, showcasing the star that Tiffany Stratton is. It'll be great for her and for Bianca. Continue her Mania streak. Non-title. It'll be great, okay? So let's go see what she's talking about right now on the bump. Talk to you guys later. I have a video about Damage Control coming out today or tomorrow.